Jody, just when you think you're heading for 3 points, another cruel twist in a game, give us your assessment of that one today.
I mean, you can say cruel twist, but we just didn't get going in the second half for me. I thought we stopped doing all the good things that we'd done in the first half. I thought in spells in the first half we looked like a good team. Some nice passages of play, looked good in our shape. And then second half, the minute we had to start maybe defending a bit, I thought we looked a bit like a fragile team, to be honest. When I said to lads there, is being brave isn't just putting your head on the ball or defending your box. It's getting on the ball and remembering what made you look like the better team in the first half. We stopped playing. We started. It's a bit of a ripple effect with us at the minute. I think when we start making mistakes or we start giving away needless corners, which then get the opposition's team a bit of wind in their sails, and the crowd get off their seats, want to see set pieces put in the box, and then we're taking too many touches on the ball. Then when we do get further up the pitch, it's like we're choosing the wrong decision, or making the wrong, choosing the wrong pass, or just basically executing wrong. As I said, it feels like the minute the game takes maybe a slight shift, we don't deal with it well. I felt we looked like a fragile group out there today. And even like at 1-0, I wasn't feeling confident on the sidelines. As I said, I felt that there was too many people that were underperforming in the second half. I didn't like how we looked, but like I said, the word for me is fragile. And when you are fragile, you start making poor decisions and naive decisions. And as I said, I think you need a bit of strong character and mentality to then make sure that that's not happening on the pitch, and those messages need to be conveyed on the pitch. You can't get messages on when you come to a place like this and the fans are on a high, or they're getting their backs up because they're attacking our goal and getting the ball in around our goals. You can't control every player from the sidelines because they literally can't hear you, so it needs to happen on the pitch. And I felt we lost not only our shape, but I thought we lost a load of the second balls and started doing the wrong things. I thought we looked nervous going towards the end, which can happen, I suppose, because of the nature of some of the results we've had lately, and the fact that we're a young group. But if you carry on like that, you just continue losing games or giving away leads or giving away points, which we've done for fun the last 5 or 6 games.
And I guess even more frustrating, as you say, that the first half performance was pretty good. You're in control of the game, really, and then almost a completely different one in the second. Can you pinpoint why that is potentially happening at the moment?
Yeah, as I said, I think the minute you then have to defend, or it looks like there's a shift in the game, that's when you need to stand up and be counted, or you got to get brave players that take the ball, make the right decisions, to take the sting out of the enthusiasm that is just injected into the opposition team. If you don't do that, then they just gather momentum and start smelling blood, and start feeling like that they can punish us, and that's effectively what happened. And we can totally do better for both goals, but like I said, it's not like we weren't making those type of mistakes leading into it. As I said, I felt that we just started making too many mistakes all over the pitch, and weren't doing the things that we'd done in the first half. And unfortunately for us, that's the inconsistency which has cost us a lot, especially in the last 5 games.
And is it even harder when you are coming to a side who are fighting for their lives, because they're going to battle for the entire 90 minutes? Is it sometimes a little bit more difficult when you come up against a side like this, that you need to perform for those 90 minutes? I know that's the case in most games, but especially with a side that will battle like Hartlepool today. Yeah,
it shouldn't be though. Like I said, I said to them, sometimes when you meet a team that is like you said, fighting for their lives, or trying to chase, because they chase a lead that the other team has got. Standing up to it is not necessarily always going to win the header, going to win your tackles, and that sort of side. It's standing up to it at times is to be brave and make passes, which then they then have to work. They then have to work harder. They didn't have to work hard to get close to our goal, because they weren't being made to run around the pitch enough, especially like what we was doing in the first half. And then you get the point, and this is one of the main points I made at half-time, was that we'd had some lovely passages of play, but there was also opportunities for us to hurt the opposition and make them work harder, and we either didn't change the play or we took too many touches. And the main message was make sure that we keep the touches minimal, and we need to make them move from side to side on the pitch, and never, any time that they want to come high, we should be able to hurt them in behind. And if you don't make enough passes, or you keep taking too many touches and choosing to stay down one side of the pitch for too long, then you play into the opposition's hands, and that's exactly what we've done. And they started getting confidence from that, and we started wilting. Like I said, we looked more and more fragile as the game went on.
Fine margins, but I know you get that second goal and it pretty much probably kills it. You had chances to do that. That just adds to the frustrations as well, I guess, because it could have been a different outcome.
Yeah, and I said that. Listen, when you are slightly under the cosh, as I said, one of the ways to meet it is making passes, making run, but also when you have the opportunity to punish a team that are now maybe throwing more bodies forward, being a bit more risky, when you do get that opportunity, then punish them. And we didn't do that. We had maybe 3 or 4 opportunities in the second half to, I think, fairly simple passes, and maybe a couple of decent chances to score. Definitely a couple of decent chances to score where you just don't execute. Yeah, like I said, if for me it's more of a ripple effect, and it weren't. I don't think it was going too well anywhere over the pitch. We did have opportunities to make that 2, maybe 3, but the quality just wasn't there. And then, as I said, ultimately they then get a relief and get a bit more wind in their sails to then get the ball further and closer to our goal, and we then look more nervous.
I know I keep mentioning the word frustration. Over the next week or so, obviously working with your players to try and get over some of the issues we've had today. How hard is that as a manager to, when you have got a young team, they've got a lot to learn in a short space of time. They're learning some harsh lessons at the moment. How challenging is that from a manager's perspective? I know that's your job, but how tricky is that?
You just got to let them know that you carry on doing that. You ain't going to win football games. I don't care what level you work at or where you play at, if you're talking from a player's perspective, but if game plans, or you stop doing things that harm the opposition or make the opposition graft, you stop doing it because you're nervous or because you're feeling maybe a little bit anxious that there could be a goal coming or conceding, then you're going to forever continue to do that or give opportunities to opposition to do that. And sometimes you might get away with it because maybe the opposition don't punish you, but more often than not, if you give them too many opportunities, then they're bound to find one. And then once they get the first, like it's already happened far too many times this season with us, that they then look more likely to go ahead and get the winner than us coming back. So, like I said, but what you usually like to rely on a little bit more experience that can deal with that on the pitch, because, like I said, you can say everything all through the week, talk about what things you need to look out for, but ultimately if you've got nobody on the pitch that is ready to help sort that out, then you'll continuously have those problems. Like I said, it's one of those moments that it doesn't help the fact that we have lost late goals, and a couple of late goals very recent, so it looks like it's so fresh in their minds that they know that it could be happening round the corner. So and I kind of get that, but there's no point feeling sorry for yourselves or anticipating it's going to come again the next week. You've got to start believing and start trying to change your mentality to, we won't let that happen and we'll get the second and third goal. Unfortunately for us, we're not dealing with that side of it well at all at the minute.
Thanks, Jody. Appreciate your time.
No worries, mate.